Hello, beautiful souls, and thank you so much for joining us today for another amazing day at the Pet Lovers Summit. I want to introduce to you Sandra Mendelson. I'm sorry, Sandra. Sandra Mendelson. She's our guest speaker. She's our guest speaker today, and she is going to be talking about photobiomodulation, lighting the way to pet health. As a channel of animal consciousness and an animal communicator, author, blogger, and speaker, Sandra Mendelson brings forth wisdom and insights from over 85 species of the animal kingdom for the benefit of humans. As a certified polychromatic light therapist, equine photopuncture therapist, and health coach, Sandra also facilitates deeper bonding with humans and non-humans by introducing their clients to powerful LED therapy, nutrition tools to support their pet partner's physical and emotional health. Sandra's first book, We Walk Beside You, Animal Messages for an Awakening World, was on Amazon bestseller and winner, Best Equine Spiritual Literary Work at the EQU, how do you say the EQUUS?
Yeah, the Equine Film Festival.
Equine, sorry. Film Festival. Woo! Now, a series, We Walk Beside You, also includes the 2021 release, We Walk Beside You Book 2, Animal Insights for Everyday Living, a deck of 52 animal message cards, and a children's trilogy, The Secrets of the Animals, that delivers animal messages in rhyme to help children realize their own intuitive gifts, including the ability to communicate with animals. Sandra hopes that sharing what she has received from the animals in form and with spirit will support us in discovering our own unique gifts and reinforce trust in their journeys into oneness. Sandra has appeared on Fox and CBS affiliate shows and over 80 radio shows, summits, and podcasts, including Coast to Coast AM. Sandra Mendelson, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today.
See what happens when you've been on the planet a long time? You have a lot of words that come before your name. It's really good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We're so excited to hear about photobiomodulation. For me, that sounds very Star Trekky. And from what I'm gathering from you, it's very simple, but also, you need the proper knowledge to work it. So I am happy to hear what you have to share with us today.
Well, to make it really short and sweet, why I'm talking about this today.
Yeah.
About 75% of my animal communication clients then go on to buy photonic torches because some things, as we know, in animal communication get healed and resolved by virtue of the animal being heard, by virtue of the animal focusing on what the human needs to shift. But when you've got an animal that clearly has physical problems that need addressing, and it can be age-related in arthritis and injuries and surgeries and digestive stuff and allergies, and it goes on and on and on, then what? It's wonderful to have practitioners, but what we've all learned, I believe, in the animal communication world, animals want us empowered. They want us to know what we're capable of, putting our hands on them, whether you're doing energy work with Reiki. So the beautiful thing about why we call it's called now photobiomodulation, which basically is the use of therapeutic wavelengths or colors of light to heal, restore, and set off multiple beneficial biological processes to repair damage from injury, from the illness, from the surgery. Okay, big long word. It also encompasses a lot of different tools, because right now there are people are using cold lasers, like since the 60s. People may have light wraps. They may have a panel that they keep in their horse's stall. And photobiomodulation encompasses all of this. This is, by the way, using light for healing is not new news. The ancient Egyptians used to funnel sunlight through gemstones to heal different organs.
Love it.
Has kept going. Fast forward to the 1960s, where using cold lasers, not for cutting, but for healing, on horses was so successful that people were lining up at their veterinarian offices, and the vets were like, I'm going to lose my license. I can't work on you. In the US, right? Oh, well, whoop, whoop. And you know, in the US, we then got really into pharmaceuticals, but in Europe and other countries, the use of light just continued and continued. So for the last 50 years, over 5,000 studies have proven how safe and effective photobiomodulation is. And so you're looking at all the physical stuff that can happen to your animal. And then there's something else about knowing where to put your light.
Yes.
And that's why we're going to talk about these torches. If you go back to the incredible wisdom of traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, you can, and animals are so blissfully more sensitive than we are that we see the results faster. You can address, I'm going to throw a few at you on my list here, emotional issues from fear, grief, anxiety, loss, joint issues, range of motion, structural realignment, nervous system issues, digestion, immune, detoxification, arthritis, allergies, frequent urination, even seizures. And when humans get to see what they can, it makes you cry. When you can see what you can do for your own pet partner, you're like, oh, I want to show you something really cool. You know, when you think about acupuncture, right, you got to get that needle exactly in the right place. Well, here's the good news. You've got a few centimeters of wiggle room here. So when you follow a chart of where to put your light, I'm going to try to show people, they can see with my scratchy camera. You see
that's good. That's good.
And you can see where the points are. So all you do is take your light and go, oh, look at that point on the neck. And you're going to get it right. Exactly. You don't have, you just want it on the skin. It's long, low, and slow. So you can't hurt your animal. The body takes only what it needs. And if your animal gets up and goes, sayonara, Sam, I've had enough, let them. Because they feel the light in their body and they know. So what's, you know, it's so funny. A lot of my clients, you know, started dabbling in this and this torch, I'm going to just light it up here. Right. Oh my, look at that.
That was so dramatic.
I know. I wasn't planning on that. Go a little further away. It really gets blown up on the screen. So the torch has 3 settings and 2 different kinds of light in it. And there's variations on the theme, but why do you want something like this? It has infrared light in it, which goes deep into disc, bone, cartilage, tendon, ligament. It has red light, which you can set it to just a low setting. So you only stimulate the acupoints. Then it's got one more setting, this flashy thing that you use for breaking up scar tissue and muscle knots.
Wow. Right?
So what you're able
already. I'm ready.
The coolest thing is it's in your pocketbook, and my girlfriend's on an airplane, but the next thing you know, she's like torching the guy in the seat next to her. Because so you can use it 2 ways. You put it where it hurts, right? Yeah. Oh my God, my finger hurts. My girlfriend just bought one. She had either a cyst or a wart. 2 10-minute sessions while she's watching TV, and she's like, it flattened. In the 3rd session, it went away. So when you see little things on the surface, is obviously where you can see what's going on. My friend's horse was down and trying to, because of his hip, and because he kept trying to get up, he had these open wounds. And within 1 day, they're like, oh, this must be working. Look at what happened to all the cuts on his.
Love it.
Yeah, right. So, you know, so you got different lights that go to different depths, and it's really portable. It's cost effective. It's fast, and you can use it on the tiniest little animal. I have a friend who has a pet pigeon, and this bird is so happy now because he couldn't right himself. He has some neurological damage. And the quality of life, I mean, here's what you need to know, the FDA will let us say. We're allowed to say it lowers pain. We're allowed to say it stimulates circulation. And we're allowed to say it stimulates cellular repair, right?
Awesome.
You'll mitigate, you don't use those certain words. But in doing those things, that's how those issues get corrected, right?
The body will heal itself with help.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that is like, you know, and again, people want to know, well, you know, if I have this tool or that tool, they're all good, but a panel, you know, if you sit 6 to 12 inches away, it's going to get lost in the room.
Yeah.
Pads are also fantastic, wonderful for moving lymph and along the back, wrapping around legs. But if you want to do targeted, you know, where you're doing acupoints, and you can also do a spot. The torch is the bomb. That's all I can
Yes,
say.
it sounds amazing.
So that is like the readers, the little bouillon cube of why I'm so excited with this. And the funny thing is, I've had several clients call me and go, I want to work with animals. I'm getting certified now. And so the institute that I work with is like the land of education, the land of, how can you get involved in this and have access to all kinds of charts, because the wisdom is knowing where to put the light.
And what is the name of that institution?
Well, I'd like them to go through me, of course.
Oh, let's please do that. Okay. How do we find that then through you?
I can, if anyone is interested, I will send them a link, because there's so much information, from the tools that you buy and the charts you can get, and then the courses that you could take if you want to. So if the people just go on there, they're going to say who referred you anyway, because they want to know that practitioners are guiding the way, that it's not like just buying something off the internet.
Right. So perhaps you could, like, along with your free gift that we'll talk about in a few minutes, we'll also add that link below so that they can go through you. How does that sound?
That sounds like a marvelous idea.
Yes, let's do that. So that way everybody, it'll give you, everybody that's ready can like jump on the link that's written down below. And yeah, Sandra will show you the way.
There's just one more thing that I wanted to point out, that,
Please.
most of the people they'll buy a torch to work on their animal. And they're like, wait a minute, I got this for my husband and this for me. And, oh, I have a horse or someone. So there are charts, if you will, for horses, for small animals, and for humans. So you really get the bang for your buck out of this thing, because you use it it becomes almost like second nature. Oh, that hurts, throw the light on it. There's a probe that can affix to it that you can shine the light up your nose, or, any kind of sinus issues, headaches, in your ear for earaches, your teeth. You got a toothache, you sit there watching TV, and you're like, the next day it's gone. You're like,
love it. I'm on it.
Really, it's great when you can see what you can do, but you just got to play with it. And there's nothing to be afraid of. You can't hurt yourself, and you can't hurt your animal. And people need to know that.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. So I know you talked about, a few things that it can do. So can you give us like maybe some examples of things that the torches have helped with your clients in the past?
Oh, absolutely. My perfect example, friend's horse. And I mean, she throws so much money and has so many professionals, you name it, like we'll cross the state of Florida to find the right person who will then travel all the way. And what the horse told me is that his hip kept popping in and out, and he was so depressed. And it's her heart horse. Beautiful, beautiful soul. And no matter what they threw at him, they could barely get him up to walk into, the shelter. Well, day one, I went and I started them out. So I did a session for them. So I again, what you're able to do, you can put a wrap, if you will, around where there's a boo-boo, like his hock injury.
Yeah.
Then you use the torch, because this is a complicated situation, to rebalance the body. Remember, everything is connected. Every tooth sits on a nerve that goes to an organ. Every vertebra sits on a nerve that goes to an organ. So it isn't just, oh, there's an injury. Everything is involved in the animal healing. Okay. Yes. So all I did, here I am with my little torches. Then they're like, they notice everything about this stuff. Oh my God, look at him. Look at the way he's walking away. The next day, he was like trotting over. He overdid it a little bit. But within, a matter of a few weeks, they went and bought their own torches after, like, I just did 2 sessions. They're like, okay, we can do this.
Yeah.
They bought their own stuff. This is a horse that she said, oh my God, I have to put him down. She was absolutely devastated watching him get worse and worse, and he's doing great. And there are so many stories where, like, the horse is down, or, your dog is limping and in pain, and you're like, I can't believe I did that.
Yes. I love that. And this is a perfect example of actually exactly what this summit is all about, is giving pet caretakers the knowledge that they need to care on a deeper level and the next level, really, for their animals in mind, body, and spirit. I mean, this really like you were saying, the horse was in so much pain, he was depressed. I mean, we can all relate to that. I think most humans who've been on this planet this time around for a while know that if you're in pain for a long time, it is very depressing. And when you get relief, your emotional state, your soul, everything is lighter. That is huge.
Really true. I mean, we're all on this, as you would say, this search, what's anti-inflammatory? How do we feed our animals? How do we feed ourselves? Which supplements? What about heavy metals? I mean, and it goes and it goes and it goes. So this is actually simple. I mean, and so people are like, okay, what else can you use it on? Just we talked about the emotional stuff and some of those systemic issues, but we're also talking about, range of motion, improved sensation if you've got neuropathy, reducing swelling and edema, which you can see visually go down. Obviously, pain anywhere in the body, enhancing nerve transmission, boosting detoxification. So there are even charts where you can detox your animal. They have arthritis. I mean, it just, and the beautiful thing is how much support there is, because there's office hours that are offered by this institute that I will give people links to. So if you buy your torch, you're not stuck. Okay, now what? You told me I can go download charts. What do I do? Because there's always going to be that ongoing conversation. Well, how do I use it for this? What about that? And what have people experienced? There's thousands and thousands of issues. So there's a Facebook group there that you get tons of answers from. There's 12 noon Eastern Standard Time every Thursday. There's office hours where they cover another issue.
Beautiful.
You can't be dangling by yourself going, oh, what do I do? I'm so glad I bought this.
No, that's a beautiful support system. That's amazing. And I have to ask, what about if there's like eyeball issues? Like we can't shine the light in the eyeball, right?
You absolutely can, because you shine it through the lid of the eye. They have the doctors, therapists, whatever, for corneal abrasions. How else do you heal it? Through the eyelid. Okay. So again, there's no way I could possibly say, well, you're going to use it exactly this long, because there's just too many issues that we have encountered, but it's all there. And that's why you need an open forum to always ask you questions, and that they're issuing new charts all the time. So let's say there's, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 charts now. We just got ones for human digestive issues, diarrhea, constipation.
Nice. Love it.
It just keeps going. So it's a wonderful tool. And the thing is, when your pet sees you step up to the plate and not just farm them out to a therapist, there is a bonding that goes on that is so deep. They're just like, so that's something you can't put in a product enclosure pamphlet, but it happens.
It happens. No, I absolutely have experienced that myself. It's it is a huge bonding for sure. Cause they're like, finally, you get it. There we are. Yes, that's awesome. And I wanted to ask you, because you referenced that light that you were shining, you called it a torch a few times. Does it have a specific name?
It is called a photonic torch. I've been doing this since, oh my goodness, probably 2009. And what I discovered, I use LED light therapy pads. There's a lot of caca on the internet, and the stuff, I'm not going to mention where it's from, like where it's assembled from. The stuff burns out. It's not reliable. It shorts out. I needed to know that whatever I work with, the company stands behind it. I know that I can get it fixed if anything happens, and there, I haven't had a problem with my torch, thank you. But people are free to do whatever they want, but if you're going to start taking your health and your animal's health into your own hands, you have to be confident. You got to know you got support, and you're not just buying something blind, because that does the opposite. That disempowers you.
Right. No. And so that leads to my next question. So you were talking about, you want to have a reliable source of a photonic torch. Now, is this affiliate link that you're going to share with us, will that also lead us to a reliable source for a torch as well?
It is the source that I work with. It's called the Photonic Therapy Institute. And I was certified by the founder of this in Equine Photopuncture back in 2013. She coined the term. Her name is Kay Aubrey Shemin. And she coined the term. And photopuncture. So, you
Yeah,
want to go to the source. That's the bottom line. There's going to be
totally.
everybody that jumps on a bandwagon that works, right?
Right. Yeah. And as you said, the Institute also offers tons of information as well to help support. So it sounds really amazing.
Yeah.
I really thank you so much for bringing all this information to us. And I really think it's something that a lot of pet caregivers are really going to investigate and check out, because there are so many of us who, for me, I'm just saying, I'll just say it for myself. For me, I love trying new things. Anything that's like not medication, I'm down. I'm going to try it. I love it. I love seeing the more that I learn, the more that I realize I have more to learn. Does that make sense? The more that I learn, the more that I know that I need to learn. Yeah.
But they say that the Institute of we're not finding ourselves.
Yeah,
we're still here. We're just rediscovering what's been suppressed. The ability,
so
and so
beautiful.
this combines, ancient wisdom with technology, because the light is carried through the meridians, and it's safe, and it's like, I can do this. It doesn't scare me.
Yes.
I don't have to go to school for 8 years, which most people don't have the time for.
Mhm.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And so, okay. So since you mentioned the word meridian, there may be people who don't know what a meridian is. So if you could explain that for a moment, I think that might be helpful for some people to understand what a meridian is and how the light will affect that.
A meridian, if you will, is a channel through the body, a nerve channel, an energetic channel. Oh my gosh, they run in pairs. So there is, if you look at the chart of a human body or a horse body, and you see, where do the meridians run? Where do these energetic channels run? Here's a good example. What's called the bladder meridian runs along either side of the spine and basically attaches to everything. And these are the energy highways of the body. So you can have a kink all the way down there by the ankle, and it's showing up over here.
Right.
Yeah, right. Where the kink in the hose is not necessarily where the blockage is. So balancing the meridians can balance the whole body in a way that it then heals itself from what is at issue, digestion, and all the stuff that happens to a body.
Yes.
So yes, that's what we love. I hope that's to all the acupuncture specialists out there. I defer to your expertise. I hope I did a decent layperson's job of explaining the energy highways of the body. I kind of see it's hardware and software, right? The meridians are the software, and the hardware, muscle, bone, tendon, ligament.
Right. Yeah. I think you did wonderfully. It's the meridians. It's the same thing that governs Chinese acupuncture. It's the energy highways. There's a lot of different ways to address it. But yeah, essentially people just need to know everything is movement, everything is balance. And when we can use those lights in a healing way, voila, we're back to where we should be, because we do all become unbalanced at some point.
And the biggest problem that we have is we tend to look where the boo-boo is instead of how the imbalance, and you got it, the whole body. And this enables you to do both hardware and software. And
yeah, absolutely. And I love that you reminded us, there's like a kink all the way down on your toe and you can feel it in your face, or, that's how it works. And those of us who have been doing healing work for a long time have experienced that. Clients are like, I tried this for this, I tried this for the tooth issue. I tried this for the tooth issue. And then a healer goes in and goes, oh no, it's all the way down there. That's what's happening. And they're like, what? And you address it. And oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Here's a perfect example. The intestine meridians run through the lower legs. So if a horse, for example, has an injury squashing that, you're going to have digestive problems.
Yes.
That was stimulated by a lower leg injury. That's how it helps you to know about the meridians. So yeah.
I love it. See, there you go. All right. Sandra Mendelson, how can people find you? What is your website?
It is smendelson.com. I know that one works. SandraMendelson.com should also work, but whatever.
Okay. And the link's going to be below for everything that Sandra's going to be sharing with you guys today. So grab it. Awesome. And also, let's see. Oh, what is the gift that you have to offer for all the amazing viewers that are here with us today?
Yes. If I was the manufacturer of the torches, I would totally discount them, but I'm not. So the gift that I can give is $50 off of an animal communication session with your animal partner. Ta-da.
Awesome. Awesome. Amazing. Okay. That is so beautiful. So guys, if you want to grab that $50 off gift to have a virtual animal communication session with Sandra, click that link below. We're also going to put the affiliate link for the institution that's going to help you learn photobiomodulation. And of course, Sandra's website as well. Sandra Mendelson, thank you so much for being part of the Pet Lovers Summit. I love all the information that you have shared with us, and I know it's going to help so many animals and help empower so many humans as well. Thank you so much for being here.
This was a beautiful effort. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you, Sandra. We love you.